Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is International Master Blitz, and I'm doing a 5-minute game commentary with my friend here, Renegate. He's playing Pau3chess. Pau3chess actually just stopped for about 30 seconds in the beginning of the game, so that's why he's up on time. So far it's a keen in. It's pretty normal, and I've seen Renegade play this kind of stuff a lot, so I kind of know what he's going to do now. If c4, usually knight c6, knight c6, knight c3, a6, I'm assuming. This is like the line that he plays all the time, so I'm kind of very familiar now with all these lines. Now I think probably h3 or h3. H3 is like the main line in this case. e4 usually you don't want to play here because for white you usually want to control d4 square. That's why you want to play h3. If e4, then bishop g4. And okay, so this is exactly what's going to happen. What I just said, bishop g4 is probably the best move here, I would say, because you really want to control d4 square. That's like the whole idea for black here. And if he plays h3 now, you just take on f3 and you go knight d7. So knight d7 first. This is probably the best move here, knight d7. And the idea is you can play e5. You're going to give away the bishop pair, but you're gonna, in return, you're going to have a closed position, and you're also going to have a very, very simple game here as black, where you kind of just go for the dark square complexes in this case, which is just d4. And that's why you want to exchange up this bishop for this knight. This knight controls d4, and essentially that's really what black wants to do. And if white gives him this, which I think white just did, then it's a very, very easy game and a very easy position to navigate for black here. So what white is probably going to do here is he's probably h3, I think. Queen e2, I think this is also interesting. I think e5 is probably the best move here. Or just takes f3 first and then e5. Yes, takes f3. And the difference is now if d5, knight d4 comes with tempo. And tempo actually is kind of cool because this is forcing white to go back. And now I believe that moves like f5 here is possible. Or c5. C5 is probably even better. The idea is you just want to control all the dark squares, right? And in some cases, you even want to play b5, basically attacking more of the queen side. What c5 also does is it now makes f4 not exactly that strong anymore, because before f4, he can't actually take on f4, but now, black can. And knight e2 doesn't really do anything, because black can really just play b5 here and open up the queen side some more. White usually wants to open up the queen side, but in this case, I think black just has a free reign here. So it's actually a pretty simple game for black, I would say. It's also up on time. So, I mean, it looks decent so far. I originally was going to do one of my own games, but I figured this is so much easier and so much more relaxing just watching someone else play rather than watching myself play. And it's also more fun watching someone else play. You can actually talk about how badly they play, and you can talk about criticize them heavily where you can't do it yourself, that kind of thing. Sorry, I think I have a bit of a cold recently. Just too much smoking. Yeah, so that's a problem. Alright, so bishop g5. That does completely useless because f6, and I guess bishop h3 you want to get this in, but I really don't see how this is going to help him, especially if black just gets c4 pawn here. So I mean, I'm kind of clueless actually. I don't know what's going on here. If rook c1, probably rook c8 or knight b6. Shit. Oh, damn. Keep coughing. Alright, so queen b4. Alright, so main move here is probably knight b6. Queen 7 is fine as well, I guess. Eventually, I think black is going to be able to play knight b6 and have these two freaking connected pass pawns and just push them through. I mean, that's essentially it. So knight b6 probably is the best move here. And this kind of forces white to play bishop f1 here. Oh, rook c8. Yeah, rook c8, bishop h3. I think that's the whole purpose of this move. And I think this is actually quite strong here for white. Okay, so you missed that move. Alright, that's cool. Knight b6. I guess the problem with knight b6 is that knight b6, he can take c4, and then b3. And he kind of wins the pawn back. So, I mean, I don't know what else he can do though. Maybe c3, but I don't think it's a good idea to open this guy up. So, let's take c4, and I guess the one thing is the bishop's kind of actually pinned. So, yeah, I mean, I think here he can probably just do something else. Rook c2, alright, that's weird. Queen c5, trading queens, okay, that's always good. Queen has to go back, because if he takes this guy, rook takes, and rook c8. And he's literally just a pawn. So, yeah, so back here, and I don't know, what's he going to do now? a5 maybe? Probably a5, rook c1. this pawn c4 is probably going to go down in the near future. He can try f5 though. F5 is an interesting idea. Really just to open up the king side and also give himself d5 pawn. I mean, I think f5 is probably strong. I mean, oh yeah, so the idea of f5 is that f5 rook c1, f6 c4, queen 6 d4, queen 6 d5. So you're also giving yourself this d5 pawn here. And I have no doubt in my mind that black will find f5 eventually. But I don't know if that's the best move though. Let me just take a look at this briefly. I think hopefully f5 shows up. Oh, there you go, f5. Look at that, f5, best move. There you go. So that's kind of what. Yeah, f5 is the best move, but queen b5 I think is okay too, actually. Shoot, yeah, I keep coughing. I cannot help myself. Okay, so b3. All right, so b3, and I guess now what's he gonna do now? b3. I don't know. This is quite a problem, eh? Okay, so I guess he did not find that move. I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything. It's just not fantastic. That's all. But he does have the dark square complexes, so this dark square is always going to be very, very helpful. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think queen c5 and black is still probably doing much, much better here. Queen b4 is probably good too, actually. Alright, so the key idea is if he takes, then he just goes knight d7 to knight c5. But if he goes queen c1, now he's going to rook b1 coming up. And I think knight a4 is probably going to have to be played, just because otherwise, I mean, rook b1 is kind of could be uncomfortable here. But I think black may have lost most of his advantage. But I mean, it's still very, very good for black, just because of all these dark squares that he controls. Knight d7 is definitely a move that I did not see. Okay. I thought knight 4 is better because you can go to c3 as well. Okay, so I guess go to c5. Okay, rook b2. Yeah, rook b2. Oh no, f3. Yeah. So rook b8. Takes. Yeah. No, I'm just burping. This is really weird. Rook b8. Rook b8. You can take this guy because of, or a4. You know, you can do that too because this bishop is actually hanging. So rook b8. Here we go. And I think that white can't really take it. He has to leave it here. But I think that black is just completely not winning, but he's much, much better here. Takes and then queen a5. And again, this knight here is dominating. Oh, whoa, that's a nice move here. All right, so now his plan is to play f5. So after about 20 moves, he finally decides to play f5, which I guess you know. I guess it's not too late to play f5. It's always a good idea to play f5. And okay, so e4 is coming. Yep, e4 is coming. And this knight's controlling b7, which is fantastic. I mean, that's kind of the reason why you never want to get bad bishop versus good knight situations, because this knight is just dominating. This knight cannot be stopped. And oh god, ooh, wow, that's oh wow, king g8. Oh, he just dropped a pawn. But can he stop mate? That is the key question here. I don't think he can actually really stop mate here. Actually, it's kind of weird. I mean, rook b1's worse, but I mean, I think queen f3, maybe. Oh, what the heck? Queen h5, queen e2 wins the bishop. That was weird. I thought king g1's coming, but that's really weird. Okay, sure, free bishop. Okay, free bishop. So rook can't even go to b7, which is really sad. Or he can go to b7, but he's just gonna take the rook. Okay, that was really weird. Some of these moves are just terrible. Queen b2, queen g5, queen b2. Queen b2. There we go. Queen g7, queen g5, queen g7. Oh, he resigns. Oh, cool. Okay, so that was a interesting, instructive game, highlighting dark square control and light square weaknesses, and just some interesting play from both sides. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.